The luxury sedan market is held in high regard, not only for the great selection of cars you have to choose from, but there's a level of prestige that comes with owning a BMW 3 Series or Mercedes Benz C-Class. However, despite the options available to you, if you're the type of driver looking to get thrown back in your seat and want to be fully engaged behind the wheel, you'll have to spend a little extra for an inline 6 or V6 to receive the power and great handling you expect from a sports car. But thankfully, there's the Alfa Romeo Giulia, which its very essence and existence is predicated on performance and being the ultimate sports sedan in its price range, while at the same time being a throwback to what cars in this market were once all about. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia. You hear quite often from old-timers that cars these days all look the same. And while there is validity to that statement, there's no confusing the Alfa Romeo Giulia with any of its competitors. From any angle, this sedan looks phenomenal, whether it's straight on and you're staring at that iconic front fascia and grille design, or taking a glance at the rear, which even for a non-quadrifoglio model has a memorable and dynamic road presence. As the first generation Giulia continues to be produced, this car retains its timeless appearance with its classy design. Instead of complex body lines or unnecessary cosmetic features, this Italian sports sedan looks good in almost any configuration, especially with Alfa making the sports front fascia standard for all models for 2022, and now having gloss black accents outline the grille, which was once optional. As great as it looks coming at you, the C-pillar design, LED taillights, the aggressive rear diffuser and dual exhaust tips, and overall shape of the sedan grabs your attention as it passes by. It's the one car both aesthetically and mechanically that's deeply rooted in performance, and makes a bold entrance everywhere it goes. We often associate Alfa Romeo with the terms soul and passion, and outwardly they're the perfect adjectives to describe the only Italian sedan in this market. Alfa Romeo isn't known for their luxurious and upscale interiors, and are not looked at as being on par with the Germans or even the Japanese when it comes to the cockpits of the Giulia or Stelvio. However, drivers are going to find themselves right at home when they get behind the wheel. Sure, technology may not be as eye-catching as what we see with Audi or Mercedes Benz, but the minor improvements they've made over the years, specifically for the head unit, has helped elevate the user experience and resemble other systems in this segment. Now with dual functionality, you can use the rotary dial and touchpad or the touchscreen itself, and the way this user interface is laid out will remind you of BMW's earlier iDrive user interfaces. While there is some lagging when using the touchscreen, using the rotary dial remedies that and allows you to keep your eyes on the road rather than the screen. For Alfa Romeo, the focus can't solely be on the technological aspects, as this Italian brand has always put the driving experience above everything else. And what's impressive about the interior for the Giulia is how aggressive the front seats are, which keep you in place thanks to the bolstering. While comfort and softness do take a back seat, as Alfa Romeo isn't pretending to be a luxury brand, the leather-wrapped steering wheel and the firmness of the driver's seat locks you in during a spirited drive. And for most sedans in this price range that's also powered by a Turbo 4, that's unheard of even with the available sports packages. Out of all the competitors in this market, the Giulia is a standout, and where it falls short in the luxury department, it makes up for it with a driving environment that we believe is more enthusiast-focused and friendly, making this sports sedan a must-have for buyers looking to cut loose on the open roads and enjoying every minute behind the wheel. There's a handful of cars that roll off the assembly lines perfect, where it's completely unnecessary to modify them, or you have a sense that what you just purchased is lacking when it comes to overall performance. The Alfa Romeo Giulia, despite the criticisms it receives, is a sedan that we'd argue is the most fun to drive in this price range, and that no one comes close to replicating what Alfa has engineered here. When you factor in that this sports sedan is powered by a 4-cylinder engine, you fully expect the Giulia to feel underpowered, like the Mercedes Benz C300, Audi A4, or BMW 330i. There's a whole list of incentives for enthusiasts to spend extra to purchase the sportier variants, but for buyers who want an Alfa Romeo, they're not left disappointed by going with a Veloce over a Quadrifoglio. With the 280 horsepower and 306 pound-feet of torque and a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, accelerations and gear shifts are exhilarating, but more importantly, the Giulia feels light on its feet. This sports sedan is agile in corners, is quick to respond thanks to its lighter Italian steering, and in no way disappoints when pushing the Giulia, whether it's in a straight line or on a winding back road. While competitors in 2022 are straddling the line between being luxurious but also engaging to drive, Alfa is the only manufacturer in this segment that leans aggressively towards being dynamic, and objectively, that's why this sedan is so unique, but at the same time is exactly why it's overlooked by consumers. It's the only compact luxury car you feel immediately attached to, especially at its price point. And it's for that reason, if you are an enthusiast or someone who enjoys driving, the Giulia is going to be a perfect companion when going on road trips. When looking at the price range for the Giulia and how it stacks up against rivals, it's not necessarily a standout, as starting costs are pretty much in line with the BMW 3 Series and Audi A4. However, where Alfa Romeo has the upper hand is with its performance for the price. As we already discussed, the Giulia's 280 horsepower and 306 pound-feet of torque outclasses all German competitors with a 4-cylinder engine, and its strength is undercutting the BMW M340i and Mercedes Benz C300 to give buyers a slightly more affordable alternative where they receive an athletic sedan without paying over $55,000. It should be noted that the model we featured was a fully loaded Veloce, coming in at just over $50,000. But if you're looking to save some money, the TI can be yours for $47,750, which includes all-wheel drive. Or of course, for consumers in warmer climates, rear-wheel drive will provide the most fun. Either way, Alfa Romeo's decision to prioritize performance has helped develop a niche market, where they can compete amongst other sports sedans, while at the same time retaining some level of affordability for enthusiasts whose budget is at or below $50,000. In the 5 or so years of being sold in the US, the Alfa Romeo Giulia, for the most part, has always been looked at as being a second-tier luxury sports sedan, despite being a former Motor Trend Car of the Year award recipient. Its athletic driving dynamics and stunning exterior looks has never truly been enough to outclass the BMW 3 Series or even the Audi A4, as Alfa continues to fall behind when it comes to technology and interior comfort. Yet, if you spend a few hours with the Giulia, it's difficult to walk away from the sedan truly believing that it's inferior to most of its rivals, as out of the box, this sports car is fun and enjoyable to drive. Reliability aside, what the Giulia brings to the table are aspects and characteristics not commonly seen in this market, where performance, athletic handling, a sporty interior, and an enthusiast-first approach take center stage. You feel that Alfa is speaking to you directly, and rather than sugarcoating your experience, there is a sense of rawness to the Giulia that other sedans can't provide. And ultimately, what you have here is an Italian sports car that reignites a lost art in the automotive world, to give drivers an opportunity to have a genuine connection to a modern-day classic. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying an Alfa Romeo Giulia or any other luxury sports sedan, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.